Hello and welcome to Dragon API. It's not actually about dragons, it's simply the API for a large number of other mods. So to get it, all we do is we just go, I'm using 1.0.11 of Monster, we just do that, and it gives you the book. And what we can do is we go plus here, we can see that for each of the mods, the Dragon API has got libraries for we're going to see there's going to be 4 different tabs. So rotary craft, kind of the main thing. And it's basically it's like gears. It's like gears and machinery using torque and speed and radians as well, I think. So there's that. So we can look at each of the tabs. So it says we need a lot of iron. And there's the tech tree. So yeah, I've just been looking actually. There's a you sort of start with a dynamometer and a wooden shaft, and then you can change the output and the input with angular transducer, and then you can rotate it around with screwdriver, similar to other machines. Okay. Alright, so there's that one. There's rotary craft. So like I say, not all of these are actually going to be in it, but quite a lot are. And there's actually going to be a few which are actually in other packs. Like in Blood and Bones, which I just did recently, there's a couple in there. So yeah, so we're going to see the reactor craft. It's going to be nuclear power. There's actually a lot of nuclear power stuff around at the moment. There's big reactors as well, and I think there's probably a couple more as well. I've noticed. I've been going through a lot of the mod packs recently, just looking to see what all the mods are, because I like to true as many as I can. So what was that? So that was that one. So you have to arrange the fuel rods so they're in line. Mix boilers, pump water in the bottom. So maybe similar to aqueous accumulator. The steam out the top to a steam grate. Okay. So alright. So it's part of rotary craft in a sense as well. So that makes sense. It's similar. So you can imagine that like well, I guess the nuclear stuff industrial craft was more actually incorporated into it. But maybe yeah, it was integrated into it even back, because funny they still call it Industrial Craft 2, but in fact realistically with all this new stuff they've had out, it's more like Industrial Craft 3, but they just keep it, they call it experimental. But anyway, oh yeah, fluorite, yeah. So somewhere I found that it's yeah, you get different color fluorites. White fluorite is the best. All right, so yeah. So that was the tips bit. What's the next one? Dye trees. So yeah, I've definitely seen this. You can get those rainbow trees. Oh yeah, and that's the new biome. The rainbow forest is added by dye trees. It's one color tree for each dye. These trees spawn in the world. Yeah, and this was something I actually noticed. I think I actually noticed this when I was doing my Highlands review. There's this. It's the first, probably the first. In fact, it is the first time I've seen it where the vanilla logs, or even in fact, I think they were actually, biome mod logs, which did have the leaves on it. So basically there's so it's sort of like saying that now you can have trees and leaves which are not matching the tree. I suppose in forestry, most of the time the leaves would be matching the tree. In fact, they would match the tree. Of course, you could get the mutations as well. But here it basically seems you can get any color. It's more like any color dyed leaves on the tree, on any tree basically. So yeah, you can get the dyes, and you can do all the sheep stuff there as well, probably. Yeah. Okay, and there's a crafting recipe. yeah, so similar to Highlands again there, that Highlands, all the saplings could be crafted from vanilla materials. So, yeah, and that generate, and of course I'm going to be doing separate videos on all of them. But I just want, I thought I may as well do this one first just to do it. Okay, so there's so the denser the foliage, the denser the dye trees. All right, so interesting. Blue, white, and black trees tend to be more useful. Well, I guess yeah. If you watch my episode on dyes and Minecraft features, I did tend to use them a lot, and you can get to other colors more easily with them. All right, so there's dye trees, expanded redstone. So what's that? So yeah, I actually looked to this before. I'm not. No, I don't think I made a video on it, but yeah, just got a bit more stuff. You can certainly do. You can change timer settings, and the cabling is actually blue. I think. Yeah, the redstone dust is blue. It's bluestone dust. Still used by yeah. Okay, so never quartz for that, and make sure you know the behavior of vanilla redstone. Okay. So geostrides real world work time overwrite 10 to 20% of vanilla stone. Oh yeah, the cave crystals with their lighting, they're for lighting. And they also provide status effects. Oh, they can be used for potions as well. So yeah, so like I say, yeah. So Geostride looks pretty interesting actually. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Underground Biomes actually. It's another one. I was just playing that actually in a New World mod pack. Okay. Yep. And they've got a sound. Okay, so they're all over the Twilight Forest. I wonder if they're in like the ominous woods and stuff like that. Yeah. I want to start getting back into Thorncraft and Osmage. I didn't do Thorncraft 4 yet, which is funny because I did a lot on Thorncraft 3, but oh well. That's good. Dimension dependent. Alright, so there's both negative and positive buffs. Alright, so this one, I don't recall this being in any of the packs, and I've been looking to them a lot recently, so I'm just going to pass over that one. This one again, Civilization, so probably similar to maybe Millionaire or Ancient Warfare, but again, not in any of the packs. This one, okay, so there's some Natura interaction and Twilight Forest interaction with this. Mine's a bit of Lycanites mods as well. Mobs, rather. I got that wrong in the bloody Lycanites video as well. Interesting. Yeah. I think this is probably quite popular. I didn't realise this, but apparently this thing with pets is popular in World of Warcraft. So probably all this stuff is gonna come in. So that one is probably going to come in, but like I said, I haven't seen it yet, but it may well appear. This I have seen. I saw this when I did Magic World 2. This is in Magic World 2, the Ender Forest, and it may be in. I think it's actually in a couple others as well. But in this biome, enemies spawn more frequently. Yeah. Of course, in Farlanders, there's a lot more Endermen, aren't there? So probably their spawn rate is going to increase. You would imagine that would be some kind of configuration setting that would be applied. And Liquid Ender, of course, that's the material which is an interesting teleportation effect. But Liquid Ender is still cool though, so obviously pump that out with the Pump Plus. I haven't done Quarries Plus yet. It's funny, like as soon as I thought about doing Quarries Plus, I did Digital Miner for a Mechanism, and I thought Digital Miner, I kind of prefer it. Because, okay, I mean, to be honest though, the speed from Quarries Plus is pretty cool. But anyway. But okay, so Ender related materials, and it's going to be Resident Ender, of course. Okay. Again, I haven't seen this. Creature. It's present community. Okay, so some kind of powerful boss, looks of it. This, yeah, I just looked at this briefly before I started the video. This is, this actually reminds me of the Digital Miner now I think of it. So it's selective TNT. It's kind of like, if the Digital Miner is a late game thing, this is like an early game thing, I suppose. Is the way that I would see it, I guess. Okay, yeah. And we worked out that with the World Edit tool, it caused a lot of lag. This is actually in this is in Blood and Bones. This thing, Meteorcraft. If you watch some of my Blood and Bones episodes, I'm sure you hear the meteor go off. I never actually went and looked where the meteor was though. But then again, it is in Blood and Bones, so I can do this one. This, I've not seen this one, so that's not available. This again is in Blood and Bones. I did see something. I'm not sure. Maybe it isn't for this mod, but I did notice there's this idea that I think is going on at the moment where of like an invasion of mobs. So, for instance, you could have like an invasion every 30 seconds, where perhaps what it does is it like looks at where you are, and then looks like, you know, obviously to pathways to get to you, and then where you get all the mobs to come at a certain point, rather than the way that they normally come, which is, you know, you get a couple, and you get a couple more, then you get a couple more. And here, and I think you can space out the invasion interval and stuff like that. Maybe that's what that's about. That's the guess. I can't remember. I can't remember seeing this one around. And that is it. So yeah. So that is all I can really do for DragonAPI. Of course, the libraries are going to be, of course, like everything comes from DragonAPI. So I assume that they all have it installed. I'm not sure. Well, maybe not. Maybe they probably don't actually. But anyway, regardless, it was a good way to just look at a load of different mods anyway, and with about 60% of which are actually in the in Feed the Beast somehow, and which I really haven't covered at all. I have seen, of course, all the looks at the ores, and I've seen the trees, and I've seen certain things. But as I like to do, if you've been on my channel for a while, you'll know I like to do individual mod spotlights. Of course, I am starting to do something slightly different. I would like to do, of course, I'd like to do just survival playthroughs, but it's not really appropriate for my channel at the moment. But I would certainly like to do it, and certainly as well when I get better with. I want to get better with turbines, with steam power, understand more of this Resident Ender. I want to get better with these things, of course. We're going to see lots of things, and there's lots of gases as well now. So we've got Glenn's gases in here, and isn't there a gas thing in Monster as well? Yeah, Gascraft. So we've got Gascraft and Glenn's gases. So there's going to be more gas stuff, and maybe some of this will link in with the Rotary Craft stuff. I'm probably going to start with Rotary Craft. It makes the most sense for me. But anyway, so anyway, that's going to be the end of DragonAPI. So until next time, thanks for watching.